What's up, guys? Welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today is Monday, November the 4th, and before I get started, I was just going to let you guys know that I've actually got a couple of really good reviews lined up for this week. Was going to wait till closer to the middle of the week, but I couldn't stand it, so I decided I was going to go ahead and do one today. It's one that I've really been wanting to try for a while, been reading up a little bit on it, and it seems like it'll be a really good brew. Actually, I spent this past weekend in Nashville, me and my wife. It was our wedding anniversary on the 31st, and we decided we was going to take off, go to Nashville, spend the weekend this past weekend. So while I was there, we went to a place called the Flying Saucer, which is kind of a restaurant brew pub type place, and I didn't get to do a review on it because there was a lot of people. It was really loud. So I decided not to do a review. Posted a picture on Instagram and Facebook a few days ago while I was at the Flying Saucer. I got to try Stone Ruination IPA, guys, and I'm not going to get much into that one, but I'm just going to say it was probably the best IPA that I've ever tried, hands down. Delicious beer, guys. Pick it up if you see it. It's wonderful. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like I said, we spent the weekend in Nashville, and while I was there, I got to stop by this beer store called Frugal McDougal's. Actually, I've been there probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 times. I have a good friend of mine, William Sievers, that lives there, and that's usually where we go and pick up our beers for the weekend when I stay up there with him. And anyway, I drove by, went to Frugal's, and if you're ever in Nashville, guys, you stop off and check them out. They've got a lot of craft beer, and the place is loaded. It's located on the corner of 8th Avenue and Division. So if you're ever in the Nashville area, stop by, check it out. You will not be disappointed. It's like a craft beer drinker's heaven. I mean, seriously, guys, they have everything. But anyway, while I was in there, I kind of stocked up on some things that I can't find in my area, and today's review is going to be one of those beers. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Terrapin Hopsecutioner IPA. And this brewery is located in Athens, Georgia. It's the Terrapin Beer Company. And this one, let's see, I checked it on Beer Advocate, and Beer Advocate gave it a score of 87, which is very good. It has, let's see, 7.3% alcohol by volume, and let's see, let me check the IBUs, because I actually checked and did my homework on this stuff. It has 71 IBU. And the hops that they use in this particular beer is Warrior, which I'm not familiar with, Chinook, Centennial, Simcoe, Amarillo, and they use Cascade in the dry hopping process. And let's see, malts, it uses 2-row pale malt, Munich, Crystal 24L, which I'm not familiar with, and Victory malts. Their little slogan for this one is, "You may lose your hop head over this one." So anyway, I'm going to be the judge of that today. But like I said, Beer Advocate gave it a score of 87. And let's see, what else did it say? Food pairings. For your cuisines, it would be curried, type dishes, and Thai dishes. Peppery cheeses, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue cheddar, pungent style with the Gorgonzola and Limburger cheeses, which I'm not a fan of Limburger. But anyway, your meats would be poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. It's to be served in a pint glass or Becker, Nonic, tumbler, mug, Seidel, or Stein. It says not recommended for extended cellaring unless ABV exceeds average range. And if you do decide to cellar it, it's said to be cellared and served at 40 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It's an American style IPA, and it is one that I've been wanting to try for quite some time, guys. So enough bullshit. Let's crack this thing open. Let's see what it smells like. looks like and tastes like. And also, I got a kick out of the caps on these things. Let's see, you might not be able to see it very well, but it is a turtle. I don't know, it just looks kind of funny, being Terrapin beer and all. But anyway, let's go ahead and pour it up, guys. Okay, this thing is pouring. Beautiful. Alright. Not a very big head on this beer, but it looks really nice. It's kind of an off-white color head. It's a real crisp looking head. About a 1 finger's worth. Quite a bit of carbonation bubbles bubbling up from the bottom. It's kind of a translucent, kind of a golden amber in color. It's very, very beautiful, guys. Semi-transparent, I should add. I wouldn't say it's as clear as some of the others I've tried recently, but you can see quite a bit through this one. So, but it's very, very, very nice looking. Beautiful head. Semi-medium head retention. It's kind of diminished down a little bit, but it's maintained quite a bit of a ring right there. But like I said, beautiful pour, guys. It looks great. Let's put a nose on it. Very citrusy. It has I can actually smell quite a bit of malt in this one. Like I read earlier, they use quite a few different types of malt and quite a bit of hops. One to two of the hops. Well, one of the hops I'm not familiar with. The rest of them are some of my favorites. Centennial, Simcoe. Let's see, Cascade. There was something else, but it's usually it's hops that I usually like as far as in my beers. Just about every beer I've tried with those named hops, they're usually pretty decent beers. But like I said, it's very citrusy. It's not got much of a pine smell to this one. I'm smelling more citrus, kind of bready smelling. Not really buttered bread, just kind of a fresh baked bread. I don't know if you guys have ever really picked up on that kind of an aroma on a beer, but it just smells kind of like fresh baked bread, I guess, with the yeast and the malts. It's kind of a caramelly smell too in the back end of the aroma. But yeah, buttered bread, a little caramel, quite a bit of citrus. Beautiful smelling beer, guys. Let's go ahead and take a drink and see what it tastes like. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Decent amount of lacing on the side of the glass. Let me take one more drink just to make sure of this. It definitely tastes the alcohol in this one. Like I said earlier, 7.3% ABV. It's not very well hidden. It's right up front, guys. It's very bitter. It does have a good hop bite. I'm not tasting as much malt in this one as far as the taste goes as I was on the nose. A lot of malt aroma in the nose, a little bit of citrus. It's kind of a medium-bodied beer. It's not overly dry. It leaves quite a bit of an oily residue on my palate, but it's very bitter, guys. I'm tasting more hops, more so than I was, smelling them in the aroma. Like I said, in the aroma, I'm getting more malts, more citrus. Excuse me. On the palate, I'm getting more I'm getting more hops, more of a hop bite. Quite a bit of malt. There's a malty sweetness there, but I'm getting a lot of pine. Kind of floral. It's kind of got a floral. I wouldn't really say a floral taste. It's right because I've never really had anything that was really. Most of the time, the floral notes are in the nose. I'm actually tasting a little bit of a floral hint there, but more piney, resiny. Got a very thick, resiny, oily residue on my palate as well, but it's very bitter, guys. It's got a good hot bite. For 71 IBUs, this thing is pretty damn bitter. Usually around the 60-70 mark. It's not overly bitter, but this one has got a good bite for for 71 IBUs. Like I was talking about earlier, that Ruination by Stone, that IPA, it was an 8.20% ABV with 100 plus IBU on that thing. And it was every bit of 100 on the bitterness scale, guys. It was a beast of a beer. The alcohol, as far as the taste, was very, very well hidden. I didn't pick up on a lot of alcohol, a lot of boozy taste in that one, but it was a beast of a beer. Very hoppy, very bitter. I've never had a beer as bitter as that one. This one is not quite as bitter, but it has a good bite, guys. It's definitely a traditional style American India Pale. So like I said, it's Terrapin Hopsecutioner, and a little note on the side here. This is actually the first type of Terrapin beer I've ever had. I've never had Terrapin before, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this beer a good solid 8.5. I would say it's a good B plus to an A minus. In between those two, I would go ahead and say it's a good A minus. About an 8.5, a scale of 1 to 10. But it's very hoppy. It is malty. It's more malty in the aroma than in the flavor. But it is malty. It has a little bit of malt sweetness in the back end of the taste. But it's very, very bitter. A lot of hops. It's very boozy. This beer is 7.3 ABV, and I'm tasting every single bit of it. Yeah, it's got definitely very boozy. It's almost it has a hint of an English style India Pale, but yet it still remains that American style IPA taste as well. So it's kind of in between. Very good beer, guys. It's definitely a sessionable, very drinkable beer, and I do recommend this one. So if you guys see it, it's Terrapin Hopsecutioner IPA. Very delicious. So like I said, pick it up if you see it, guys. We're at the beginning of the week, so I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Be safe, drink responsible. Cheers, guys. One last chug.